Hi everyone, welcome to our video. Thank you for joining the Decolonizing Global Health Conference in the past few weeks or watching it in this YouTube channel. We really appreciate the feedback from all of you, and if you be part of the student-led movement from school to raise the awareness in this issue. Today, Kristina and I will talk about why we decide to be part of this movement and what is the meaning of decolonization in our point of view. Kristina, what about your idea?
Hi, Chiang. Thanks for the introduction. I appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who's tuned into our conference, whether that was live or on catch up on YouTube. We really appreciate all the support, and it's great to see the conversation starting to flow around the world. So that's been really great. So in terms of my involvement with the Decolonizing Global Health initiative in Edinburgh, I came from basically connections with some of the members of the team already. So I had known Lois, who you've seen on our YouTube channel, as well as our conference. So we both did the Masters of Public Health degree last year together. So we got to know each other through that and kind of share different ideas. And I could see we had like a similar way of kind of thinking and different experiences as well. So that she thought I might be interested in being involved, and yeah, she was spot on. So kind of my interest in decolonizing global health kind of comes from my background in my undergraduate degree, which was in the history of science, medicine, and public health. So kind of through that degree, I kind of got to analyze like medicine and health kind of from a different perspective, not just like the biological sciences or physical sciences, but like look at it from a humanities kind of historical critical perspective. And something in terms of global health that we looked at was kind of like the history of global health. So what is like the origin of this concept? Like where does the term come from? And kind of like the origins are stemmed from tropical medicine or international health. And that is related to kind of the different colonization efforts by the different empires at the time, and kind of like how they not only took over land and took over different societies and people, but also really try to colonize just like way of life and way of thinking, and that kind of impacts like the body and health as well. So kind of, for example, obviously these places have their own ideas about what their bodies and health and illness entail, and they have their own words and things of describing that before Western powers or empires came to their place of origin. But these powers kind of influenced the society to try to think about things from their point of view, like Western and quote unquote Western medicine or modern medicine, as they might say, even though what does that term even mean? So kind of just like those kind of origins are really interesting, and it's very much like a one-way flow of ideas. And even like the term global health kind of implies like this inclusive environment, but as we saw from our conference, that's not necessarily the case. There still is very much like a power imbalance, whether that's in terms of ideas and academia or policy, or if that's in money and funding. So it's really important to kind of just take a critical look at these structures that we have now and kind of look at the historical roots, because they definitely impact what we see today. So that's kind of like why I was interested in this movement and wanted to get involved. So yeah, it's been really amazing so far. Tiang, like what are you thinking right now?
Yeah. Thank you, Kristina, for your sharing of the inspiration. And it seemed like you are in this issue for a long time. So, in my point, as we know that there are institutional structure and ideology of colonization that influencing global health arena, and the institutional structure is explicitly seen, but the ideology is unconsciously embedded in our thoughts. For example, I have an experience of receiving a reviewer's response from the journal, and they suggest me to use a framework developed from health in high-income country to explain the situation in my country context in Southeast Asia. And it's made me feel like we try to explain the findings in low-middle income country by using high-income country perspectives, which might not be suitable in a particular aspect. So I think it will be great if we can encourage the low middle income country to develop their own theories or frameworks in the academic field. And therefore, we should build up capacity of people in low middle income country to be part of the global health research. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you said is really important. Just kind of something that was, yeah, it relates to kind of what I was saying a bit too, and kind of that different expectations that, oh, of course, you're going to frame it the same way that we would frame our thinking or our understanding of certain health perspectives. But yeah, like you're saying, it's really important that we elevate the local voices, and because your local environment best, what the situation is, what are the ways people think about health and medicine, what are the current problems and things that are impacting the ability to solve these problems. So I think it's really important, and like what we're doing now, I think definitely contributes to that, hopefully.
Yeah, that is all of our thoughts. So thank you for listening and keeping in touch with us through the Edinburgh Decolonizing Global Health Twitter and YouTube channel in the upcoming activities. Thank you.